What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to the channel. It's been about 2 weeks since I've been here. I'm sorry, had some personal stuff going on, but we are finally back. Nothing crazy. Thankfully, everything is good. We are healthy and everything is peachy. But just because I've been away for 2 weeks doesn't mean I stopped reading. I've actually been keeping up with the books, been keeping up with the past 2 weeks worth of books. And today I just want to give you a quick rundown of what I got as my top 5 from the past 2 weeks. Nothing super crazy. The first week of the month was very light for me. I think I only picked up about 4 or 5 books, and one of them was the reprint of Absolute Batman number 20, if I'm not mistaken, because that one had come damaged on the first printing, and DC shipped out the reprints. Make sure that everybody had a good, solid copy in their collection. And the cool thing was that if you had already bought the copy, your local shop will just give you that one, the second reprint, which not bad. Thank you, DC, for doing that. That is awesome from your part to recognize that, a mistake was made and they got right to it and solved the problem. But last week I did pick up a few books, a lot of just different covers from the same book, but I did have a lot of good reads that week. And spoiler alert, I think 4 of the books that I'm going to talk about in this short video are all from last week, and only one, if I'm not mistaken, from the first week of the month. So I want to do a quick video just so that I can get something out there for you guys. Keep an eye out, because this week I will be coming up with the books that are coming out this week and giving you a quick rundown of what I liked from this week and what my top books are from this week. So keep an eye out for that. All right, so now let's look at the top 5 books that I got. Like I said, 4 of them are from this previous week. So let's get right into them. Right here we have, starting off, is Daredevil number 3. This is written by Stephanie Phillips and the art on the insides is done by Lee Garbett. This issue was awesome. I really liked this issue specifically from the run. We had some cool interactions between Daredevil and Spider-Man, as you can see here. They had them swinging through New York as Daredevil was helping out Daredevil with a problem that he's having. We finally get a proper name to the main villain in this story arc, which is the Omen. We still don't know 100% what they are after. All we know is that they are after Matt Murder specifically, but what do they want to do with him? We don't know. We should be finding out about that later on in this run. This cover right here was pretty badass. I don't remember who did this cover. I don't have it in my notes, unfortunately. But this was my favorite cover, other than the cover A. But I honestly didn't want to pick up too many covers since I already had too many covers variants from other different books this past week. It was crazy. But yeah, Daredevil number 3. The first book on the list of what I read this past week that I really enjoyed. Okay, so now we have the second book coming again from Marvel. We finally get Avengers Armageddon. This book was dope. I really loved the whole read. We have finally the team up that's going to take down Red Hulk after he defeated Captain America. And Captain America right now is out of action. So we have the team coming together. We got Fantastic Four, Iron Man, Wolverine, David Colton, and a few other familiar faces coming together to see what they can do after Red Hulk captured Latveria and is going around the area spreading democracy and just wanting to show the power, the true power of the United States, and how he views them as they became soft, and he wants them to be these all-powerful nation that fights. But because he is not in agreement with the United States and they kind of cut ties with Red Hulk, he makes his own flag and country that he represents. So the book was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I picked up this cover and the cover by Chip Zdarsky that I really loved. I don't have it on in hand with me, so I'm sorry. But it is very awesome. Let me show you a quick panel right here of David Colton just being an absolute badass, ripping the cage out of the Pentagon entrance to get his revenge on somebody. But we have Wolverine stepping up and helping a good friend. We saw the friendship that they made during Weapons of Armageddon, and we see that coming back here. And it's just awesome to see, two badass characters coming together. And even though they're badass and big and mighty, deep down they still are human beings that feel and carry burdens and guilt and stuff. And in these few panels, you can see Wolverine helping Colton deal with that. So pretty awesome. And another surprise that I wasn't aware of, these came in a plastic bag because they all came with this awesome Magic the Gathering playing card. It's still in the wrapper. I don't play Magic myself, but I have a buddy that does. So this is going to be a great gift for him. We have the Warstorm Surge with the not Spider-Man, but the Marvel characters in there. And this is also a great promotion because I believe this week the new not Spider-Man, Marvel Superheroes Marvel set comes out. So there you go, a nice little promo to get your collection started. So pretty awesome. Third book that I want to talk about, and my only indie book that I have on the list, even though I read a few others that I really enjoyed, this is going to be the only one I talk about just because I'm trying to keep this short and sweet, is Dork by Brett Bean. This is issue number 5. This is not cover A, this is cover B by one of my GOATs, Daniel Warren Johnson. I love what he does with his art, with his writing. His writing is phenomenal. I actually read Dual Power Bond recently, and oh my god, that book just blew my mind. I will definitely try to make a video about his whole collection of books at some point, but I'm still going back and reading some of his stuff, and I gotta say, it's just 10 out of 10. If somebody's just getting into comics, his writing, definitely the way to go. But here we got his art, so if you like that as well, he drew up this piece that I think is pretty badass and pretty awesome. But yeah, Brett Bean wrote and did the insides of this book like he always does, and I gotta say, he's always killing it. The story is just progressing in such an amazing way. Right off the bat, the first page has a little bit of a summary of what has been happening to him, and it kicks off with some pretty awesome humor. The art on it is just amazing, and the story has been pretty awesome too. It reminds me of these like very cartoonish Saturday morning cartoon where you go in this fantasy world and you see this character go on different adventures, and every book feels very episodic, but everything connects. So yeah, it's just awesome. I would definitely recommend, if you're gonna pick up, and if you still haven't read Dork and you want to pick it up, I definitely recommend reading it from the beginning because the story always progresses, and it's good to know where everything started and where everything is leading. But every book itself feels very episodic to me. I feel like I'm watching a Saturday morning cartoon, like I said. And yeah, just the art on it is so awesome. I love the art on this. What Brett Bean has been doing is amazing. And from an interview I saw, he said that he has written up to 20, but he hopes to do more. So fingers crossed that everything goes smooth and the book just keeps selling well, and it has. They already reprinted the first issue about 6 times, and we're only on issue 5. So that just speaks to volumes of how good the book is and how desirable it is. People are looking for it. People really want it. It sells out. The first, I think the first 3 issues were selling out every week, and it's just amazing to see, that happening, especially with indie books like this. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, Dork from Image Comics, issue number 5. Really awesome writing, really awesome humor on it. The art was also amazing. And yeah, I can't talk enough good things about this book, about the whole story of Dork. Really recommend this if you guys haven't read it. Now, moving on to DC, book number 4 is Absolute Catwoman. This book is written by Scott Snyder and Shay Grayson, and the art is done by Benjo, I think is how you pronounce his name. And yeah, this book was so good. It's a miniseries. I think we're only gonna get 6 issues of this book itself, but the cool thing about this book is that at the end of it, it introduced us to a brand new character in the Absolute universe, and that character is getting a one-shot spinoff, I believe. So it should connect to this. But yeah, this was amazing. I'm not gonna spoil the person who was revealed at the end, but they are going against Catwoman in this book. They are not friendly. Here we got some panels of some action. Catwoman in her bike, which was awesome. That thing was so badass. Yeah, some action panels in here. And let me show you this one, which I love. Her bike turns into this like cat, like mech thing that is just super badass. Been super excited to read this. We finally got it in our hands, and I gotta say it is a 5 out of 5. I honestly gotta say it was a 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed the read. It was very awesome, very mysterious. We still gotta see where it takes us, but I'm always down for a good book that starts off with a big setup, and I just want to see where it takes me. Like, a big setup book that lands is always a big recommendation for me, because that's the type of book I like. I do love me a one shot, get it started and over with in the same reading, but something that sets you up and you don't know where it's gonna take you. Love that. So Absolute Catwoman from DC, number 1. Yeah, definitely a 5 out of 5. All right, and this is the last book, and honestly, I think it's probably my favorite out of all the ones I've talked about. I might be a little bit biased, but this is the only book from the first week of the month that I want to talk about, and it is Batman, number 10, from the team Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez. My absolute GOAT when it comes to drawing and insides. Oh man, this guy knows how to draw Batman, and he does it so good. Right now, in the DC camp, we have 2 great artists. In my opinion, 2 of the best artists out right now. Dan Mora and Jorge Jimenez. Both have great art. Both have a great argument for which one is the best. Some people lean more towards Mora, some people lean towards Jorge Jimenez. I'm in the Jimenez camp, don't get me wrong. Dan Mora is an absolute beast. That guy just doesn't miss. Dan Mora is just a machine. I don't know how he does multiple insides for books that are coming out weekly, or not weekly, monthly, and pushes out like 10, 12, 15 covers in 1 month. The guy is a machine. But my GOAT, Jorge Jimenez, does things in this book that are just mind-blowing. This book is very episodic. Is or this series is very episodic. You can pick up the book at any point and kind of catch up with what the story is, building up to. But if you read it from the beginning, you see the progression of the story. Matt Fraction has been doing an amazing job. My favorite part about this book is that it doesn't start off as a brand new thing. This world has been going on for years. We're learning about it now because he's throwing us at this point in time from his timeline that is the one that he decided to write on, right? But we have so much to learn from this universe that I'm just so excited to see what Fraction does with the writing. But Jorge Jimenez on the drawings, please give me all of it. He did one of my favorite pages in this book. Has to be this beautiful page right here with Catwoman. Mind you, first time we see Catwoman in this book, in this series. And we have that stare, the stare off, that tells you so much. It gives you so much energy. It tells you a million words. And yet, as the reader, you don't know anything. But they know everything. It's so beautiful, the tension in this book, because of everything else that's happening. But that moment specifically, these guys are going crazy with this book. I love it. It has been one of my favorite ongoing at this point. Also, another favorite of mine is Absolute Batman. But I love Scott Snyder's writing. He is one of my favorite writers. But what Fraction and Jimenez are doing with this book is just amazing. I love it. I've loved every single issue. But yeah, it's just amazing. In this book, we have the Bat family, kind of in shambles, but we finally see how Batman and Barbara bring the family together and let them know that, hey, we might be going through some tough times, but the fight is not over. And I can't wait to see what else Fraction does with this story. I can't wait to see how Jimenez brings the world to life. And I'm super excited to see where this goes. Yeah. I just can't wait. All right, guys. And with that, we are going to call it a day. Like I said, not a super strong first week of the month for me personally. I only picked up about 5 books. Week 2 was a little bit more packed. And yeah, as you can see, I only talked about 1 book from the first week. But this week should be pretty stacked. I have here my Leaks of Comics. I have Absolute Batman coming out. We have Absolute Green Arrow, which that first issue was pretty awesome, so I'm excited to read number 2. We have If Destruction Be a Lot, which I'm excited to read. The first issue, I really was digging it, so let's see where the book goes from here. And we have Odin. Odin is I might have to say, if Absolute Batman is not my book of the week, it might be Odin. So I'm very excited for that. I'm going to pick up the books later this week from the time I'm recording this video. And at the end of the week, I am going to bring you guys my thoughts, just like I did with this video. I kind of want to do that instead of being like a new comic day book pickup type of video. Because I work on Wednesdays and sometimes it's hard for me to put out those videos, record that video on the same day, and just give you my thoughts of like, oh, I picked up this book. I hope it's good. I wanna be able to read the books, tell you my actual honest opinions about the books. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try out more of this style where I just sit down with you guys, talk about the books, talk about what I think about the books, and just do a bit more of a review instead of just a show and tell of the new pickups. Um, but yeah, be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna have that out by the end of the week. And yeah, with that, we're gonna call it a night. If you like the video, give it a like, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you read any of those books, or if you haven't and you're interested in picking up any of the books, let me know which one you thought sounded the best. And subscribe if you like this type of video. I'm gonna try to push hard and work hard on the channel, bring you guys more content, and yeah, I'm just trying to grow the channel slowly but surely. But with that, it's been KFC Trades. Thank you so much for being here with me and spending some time with me. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.